Hello and welcome everybody back to a little bit more Assetto Corsa Competizione. This time I am at Zolder. I am again racing with the AK Racing guys, so thank you very much to them for hosting this. It's actually the first round of a championship. Now it's a very short championship in terms of length. I think it finishes on the 20th of April, today being the 2nd of April. But there's a lot of races in the championship. They're racing nearly every day. I think they have 2 days on, 1 off, 3 days on, 1 off, something like that. So there's no way I'm going to be able to participate in the whole championship. I'll be lucky if I can get 50% of the way through it. But nonetheless, I'm going to do as many races as I can. It should be fun. 45 minutes, and I believe today they're going to be doing a full 24-hour cycle. So it is going to go day, night, day, etc. through the actual race itself, which is going to be interesting in a very short 45-minute period. I feel like the time is going to go awfully fast. Now, it was a 50-car championship. We have 28 currently, as I have a look at that. So unfortunately, a lot of people can't turn up. I suspect that's going to be the case every night. We're not going to get 50 people to every race. But nonetheless, we've got 28, so to try and decongest it, it's only a minute and a half around this lap. So to try and keep some of the cars and the traffic down, they've actually decided to split the session into 2 parts. The first 10 minutes, the second 10 minutes. So one group has just gone and done their session, so their first 10 minutes is up. I can now go. I'm part of the second group. I've got 10 minutes to go and set a couple of laps. I'm not particularly good at Zolder. I don't mind the track, but it doesn't really suit me and my driving style. So I don't expect to go particularly well. I'm thinking I'm going to be mid-pack somewhere. If I can aim for a top 10 at the end of the race, I'll probably be pretty happy. But qualifying is now underway, so it's time for me to pop the headphones on, go out and get cracking and see what I can do. Okay, so as I have a quick look at my setup before we go out, I've only got 10 litres of fuel in, which means I should be able to do an out lap and about 2 flying laps. Either way, let's get out and amongst it, put the limiter in and go. See if we can go out and find a bit of space. I have burned up a little bit of time doing my intro. It was actually the second time I did it. Nonetheless, please do remember, if you enjoy my content, my video, to give it a like. It does help me out quite a lot. Why is my lap invalidated? I must have done something wrong with bit exit. Not concentrating. But yeah, please remember to leave the video a like. Helps me grow my channel. Speaking of which, I think I'm finally approaching 3,000 subscribers, which is amazing. I'm only a few off as I make this video, like 10 or less. So if you are new around here, then please do consider hitting subscribe. Help me get to that 3,000 mark. And of course, hit the bell icon if you want to get notified of all my content. Okay, so as we come into the final chicane to start the first of my flying laps, again, I want the first one to be a bit of a safe banker. We'll see how we go. Traction control is on 2. I'm actually going to pump that up to 3, so I'm not quite getting enough traction out of the corners as I like. We've got 7 minutes of quality left. Now I don't want to push too hard on this lap, just want to put a solid banker in. Definitely not going to be a good lap, but we'll get through this one and I'll push on for hopefully what ends up being a much faster lap. Okay, here we go. Five minutes left. There we go, that's why you put a banker in. That wasn't even that fast through turn 1. I just got on the throttle a little bit early. It pushed the car out wide. That's where the curves are. I mean, really bad. I qualified 21st. This is not ideal. I know I'm a bit faster than that. Oh no! Righto, here we go. So this is make or break. I've cocked up every lap past my banker, and my banker was not fast. That is not how you want to start that lap either. But anyway, here we go. I'm just not having a good time at this track. Well, it was a crappy lap, very disappointing. I did go over a second faster, but it's still a really bad lap. Session is now up to 14th. It is time to hit the grid and get this race underway. 45 minutes, of course. I only managed to qualify 14th. Not ideal, not great, but
going single file.
I did say I'd be mid-pack somewhere, so sure enough, that's around about where I am.
Green light,
Go. We are out. Can I survive the first lap? and not take anyone out and not get punterinoed by someone. Saw a car in my rearview mirror, McLaren by the looks of it, go straight up the inside. But no accidents. Nice work, guys. Nice work. Start the inside here, see if I can't sneak you past my fellow Aston.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
No, I'm going to have to bowl out of that and let Philip through. Well, that's a lot too much oversteer. There's nothing I can do sitting duck there.
Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Thought he was going to squeeze me off the track for a second, but we got away with it. That was alright. I was a bit nervous being in front of Duro there anyway. He looked like he was up for a fight. Someone's off the track. Thomas off the track there. So I'm somehow in 12th anyway. Go defensive. People still moving fairly slow here. Best drive out of there, but I've got enough done. So I'm 13th actually. Obviously just takes a second to update, but that's alright. Giro's a bit wide there.
Clear on the right.
Oh, we got a spinner. Oh, he was lagging as well. Didn't know where he was. Oof. Slow through there. I wasn't sure what they were going to do. I was just trying not to plough into anybody at this stage of the race. So the pace is finally starting to lift a little bit and we can start settling into a rhythm. Oh, contact! Oh, some contact there. Unfortunately, there wasn't much I could do about that. I turned as hard to the inside as I could. As you'd imagine, got a fair amount of understeer. But I'm up to my 9th. That's the top 10. I said I wanted the top 10. So I don't know how much of that curb you can take as well. And you sort of bounce over it. I'd say damage is not sort of on any hardcore model, so I'll probably be okay, but you do wonder if you're going to break your suspension or anything. I just cannot pull this Aston up at anywhere near the pace you can pull that up. There's not much I'm going to be able to do here. At this stage of the race, there's probably not much point in fighting too hard. Having said that, he ran a bit wide, got out of the throttle, so I'll take it back. Probably one of the biggest issues I see so far with this championship, and it is a bit of a casual championship. I don't think they're taking it too seriously. I think a lot of people practicing racing online with other people, etc. But certainly, what it does do is create a huge gap between the top of the list and the bottom. The pace up the top, very, very good. There's some super fast guys in here. The other thing is there's no sort of fixed or set setups. I haven't restricted it to using any of the default setups. Now what did I say about an hour of practice before this race? I don't have time to create and figure out a setup, so I'm just grabbing the aggressive setup and trying to make it work for me in the race. So a lot of the other guys up the top are actually able and have time to make their own custom setups, and that's cool. I have nothing against that per se. Having said that, again, it's going to widen the gap between people who can and can't set a car up the way you want to. So we came into that one a little bit too deep. The good news is I'm catching Brock, as you can see in front of me there, 8th position. That is 4th position. Straight in the pits. Super early pit stop. There is one compulsory that you've got to get done. Oh no, 6.7 seconds behind 7th, so a long, long way behind 7th position. Caught up at the start, obviously, and other things. Also probably just outright not the pace of the guy in front of me. But as I said at the start of the race, we are in a full 24-hour period. I think that's my light button it is, so flip the lights on now. It is nice. I mean, a 45-minute race is a very, very fast race to have a full 24-hour cycle. It's nice to be able to do it and experience the whole track. That looks like that might actually be Brock out of the pits in front of me there. A lap down, but I'll still work obviously towards catching up to him. And I must have been really slow. I'm on a green sector, but I mean, have a look at Delaney. Mind you, it was right behind me before, so I suggest these guys might have pitted or simply got caught up in an accident at the start. He's going to rip past me in no time. Have a look at the pace of that NSX.
Clear on the left.
As I say, I'm not convinced this Aston Martin is a particularly good car at this track. It just doesn't seem fast. See, oh mate, there's cutting.
Warning for exceeding track limits.
Okay, so that was a warning for exceeding, but I kind of followed his line through there. I thought, geez, he's taken a lot of curb. Obviously, I haven't learnt exactly where that line is. I guess I'll keep testing it, just try not to get too many warnings. I don't know how many warnings you can get, presumably 2 or 3. Of course, if you did watch my last race, you know I completely cocked up the pits because I didn't enter it and I didn't know where to park. Hopefully I can avoid any issues like that this time. I did do 2 practice runs into the pits during practice.
Slow car, please.
Oh, someone's made a big mistake there. Who's that directly in front of me? Ferguson.
Losing time to the car in front in sector 2.
Who jumps out of the way, thank you very much. Who have we got behind me? So 29th behind me, Duro's the next position. In 8th, I'm up to 7th, but that would be due to pit stops. The pit window's open, so I'm just going to do it. Try and like stack on the way in the pits. I actually caught up really well to Delaney then, happy with that. So I want to turn suspension bodyworks off. I don't want to fix any of that crap. But we're putting some tyres in. We're putting no fuel in. So we're all good. Now all I've got to do is pit in my pit box properly. That looks good. Yep. Got it better that time. So he got off the limiter a little bit earlier than me there. And he regained his spot, but I've still gained a huge amount of time on him. 21 minutes of the race to go. Oh God. Oh God. Final warning for exceeding track limits. That one I just got I missed the braking marker. I was looking on the right hand side of the track. Oh, whoa, I've nearly ran into him. He was going so slow through there. That was unfortunate. Lost a lot of time getting past that guy.
There's a slow car,
There's a couple of back markers. I might be able to use them, depending on where I catch them and when I can get past them. That's actually right there.
Yellow flag.
God, there's chaos everywhere here. Absolute mayhem.
Slow car ahead.
Sign in the middle of the road
Clear on the
there.
left.
Someone's been punted next to me. I don't know what is going on. Another car on the side of the road. Oh, Jesus.
Clear on the right.
That was intense as hell. I've never seen so much chaos on lap. There were cars everywhere. I'm up to 6th somehow. Plenty of action obviously going on in front of me. We've got more cars. Oh, I'm up to 5th. What is going on?
Car on the right.
That is
Clear on the
not
right.
a good spot to try and overtake, and he's tagged me. And around I go. That. I don't want to say much without seeing a replay, but I really felt like he shoved it up where it didn't belong and fed it into me, and around I went. Not sure. I'll save the replay and check it out after the race, because as we know, you should always wait to watch the replay in case I moved over on him or... He's really off-putting with Thompson lagging balls there in front of me as he goes around, and that's one problem dealt with. We've got 9 minutes, just under 10 minutes left of the race. So time is counting down. A couple more back markers in front of me. Oh, this is, I don't know what is happening here.
Car on the left. Clear right.
It's going to give an opportunity to overtake as well.
All clear.
Defend just. But I've got to clear this back marker. He does roll out of it.
Car on the left.
Oh shit, he's...
Clear on the left.
What the hell? Back marker getting involved. That was, sorry mate, that was stupid. Just roll out of it and let me through. He did half the job. I was just as I was saying thank you, he kept her on the inside there. You just needed to roll out of it. I braked as late as I could. It's twice I've been spun now, 2 positions lost out of it. But what are you gonna do? It's just a fun race anyway, isn't it? We're not vying for sheep stations here. There's no prizes at the end of this. It's all for a bit of fun. And 6:17 AM,
Charging front.
as you can see, it is starting to lighten up. Back into 6th, so it looks like 7th went into the pits for one reason or another. But it is nice to join in these bigger club events. And I look forward immensely to this coming out on console. We're not going to be able to have the big 50-car grids, of course. I'd imagine they'll be capped at 16 or so, just like Gran Turismo and Project Cars and the first Assetto Corsa.
Fastest lap so far. Yellow flag, be careful there.
Shit.
There's some light damage on the left.
I turned. Both cars get a safety rating penalty. I can't win this race, can I? I sort of wasn't quite sure which way he was rolling, if he was just sitting in here, and I decided to try and go on the right-hand side of him, but I got nothing but understeer from it. I just understeered straight into the outside of him. Unfortunately, it's a safety rating penalty, but hey, I'm still 6th. I've still got a 7-second gap back to 7th, so... Look, I've been banged up, I've been beaten from left to right, but we're just going to get through the next 3 minutes. And as we come round the last corner with 32 seconds to go, we are nearly at the end of the race now. I'm not sure if this will be the last lap. We're going to go back to 2nd. Not sure if this will actually be the last lap or if I've got one more lap to do after. I suspect I'll have one more lap to do. That can still just feeling a little bit loose, but that's okay. We'll get through it. Overall, I've not been that impressed with the Aston. I mean, the thing with the Bentley, it doesn't necessarily have the greatest reputation. It's difficult to say because cars that were good early on perhaps aren't so good now. cars that have more recently been really good maybe aren't so good. We just had another big update, of course.
Slow car, man. Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
More random people driving around off the track. There's certainly been no shortage of action and chaos in this race, has there? Well, the smoke's out. The flares are out, I suspect. No, it looks like checkered flag. Pressure loss in right rear. Does that mean I've just got a puncture? I've no idea. But that should be the checkered flag. So we are going to cross the line in 6th position.
Good job. The best you could.
Very, very happy with that. Hopefully you did enjoy the race. As I said at the start, please remember to leave a like, of course, hit subscribe if you're new. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Big thank you again to the AK Racing boys for hosting the race. No hard feelings anywhere. It's just a fun race. We're not here to take things seriously. But thank you very much for watching. I look forward to talking to you all in the next one, which will probably be very soon because there's so many consecutive days. Talk to you next time. Bye for now.